Hello, a day with Caleb. You saw a short little clip from the Zebulon Road Goodwill, and we will be showing pickups from said Goodwill. Wearing my Batman Rogues Gallery shirt. I believe I got this at Six Flags over Georgia. I'm pretty sure I got this there. We used to go all the time. Comment if you've gone to Six Flags over Georgia. Uh, Really, our first like big park, we were like three, maybe four. We were walking a little bit. The cousins, the family would all get together. That is always been our home park. Technically, I think, uh, Wild Adventures is closer, obviously, but we would always go to Six Flags. Been to Busch Gardens, Wild Adventures a little bit, but uh, we would go to Six Flags every year, with the exception of, I think twice we went to Disney, and then two or three times to Universal and Islands before our, yeah, 93, 2000s. But we would do Six Flags, and then obviously 2015, 16, we started going back to Disney, going back to Universal. And Six Flags used to do the homeschool days. We were homeschooled for schooling most of the time, with the exceptions with 4 years, I think, two at one church school, and then maybe five, three at another. One of those was K4, so that kind of it counts, I guess. But rambling, they took homeschool day away, but we did recently go. That is on the channel. They had a clearance. Tickets were like half off. So essentially buy one get one, because me and Josh both went. Uh, and there were like no lines when we went. Hence, probably why they had the discount tickets, because nobody was going that day. But that was cool. We got to ride a few rides we hadn't ridden before. But let's dive right in. And I will say, it's been a minute since we did Zebulon Road Goodwill. Uh, Months probably. But they have moved. They were in the center of the store, kind of in this like metal, I don't know what you would call it, like a metal frame thing where you put like clearance stuff and all, but they would put their movies in there. Then they moved them to this shelf, like, that was wall to wall with another category, and it was like a bottleneck there. And then they moved it back to the mail shelf, and now they've moved them in this little cove area where the books were, which makes sense. Put them with the books, but they have beefed up their game, uh, and they're getting a lot of new stuff, and a lot of VHS were in there. I was surprised, so I kind of combed through, went over the VHS several times. You saw briefly, probably in that video, but let's just dive right in. Never Cry Wolf, Walt Disney Pictures. Initially, I thought this might be for Josh, but he had this. So I needed this. Looks really cool. Looks very interesting. Hard to pass up on kind of any Disney in the VHS era anyway. Then we have Zandali. Zandali, I think is how you pronounce that. Judge Reinhold and Nicolas Cage, both rocking some stashes. That is cool. I did look this up. The VHS alone still sells for $12. I'll check it out and see if it's my kind of speed. If not, we'll list it. But according to my research, very limited research, the DVD of this is out of print and goes for like $130. So if you ever see Zandali on DVD, I would pick it up if it's a reasonable price, because it does go for a little bit online. Speaking of, I did sell this well, not this VHS, but a VHS in my collection I sold, and with the profits I bought the DVD of Garden State, and then had a little profits left over. Does, not crazy money, but it does sell $10 to $15, so make a little bit. Paid $1. There's a little bit of not a tear. What would you call that? The artwork kind of peeled. It peeled off a little bit there, but should sell. The last one I had sold pretty good, pretty quickly is what I'm looking for. This one is for Josh. Courtney Cox, sketch artist to Hands That See. So this one's for Josh. Hopefully he'll let me check it out. It looks cool. Psychological suspense thriller. Ooh, that's where I recognize him from. This guy is in The Lawnmower Man. And then, Courtney Cox friends Scream. So that is pretty cool. That is going to Josh. We worked it out. And then this has been on my list for quite some time. Have the DVD with the insert. Had the VHS, but I got rid of it regretfully, because as y'all know, if you have been watching the channel, on certain films I collect all the variations I can. Some, like this one, starts with the VHS, the DVD. Did this get a Blu-ray? Probably. I don't think it's gotten a 4K, but this VHS has been on my wish list probably year and a half, maybe 2, since I've been looking for this. Pretty much ever since I got rid of it. I don't know what I was thinking. But I got it back for $1 instead of like $8 on eBay, so that was good. This wasn't on my list, but I decided to get it because even I looked this up. It's not rare to find it on eBay. It goes for $3 to $5, but I figured since I never have seen it out in the wild on VHS, just on DVD, I would pick it up. If you do not know, I have a Funko Pop. Go down below my videos. There's I show off my Funko Pop collection, or type in A Day with Caleb Funko Pop collection, something like that. I have a What About Bob Funko Pop. I actually have 2 Bill Murray Funko Pops. in my collection. So go check that video out. But I had this on DVD, wanted to get it on VHS, because that is probably where we first watched it. Now, the only exception to the Goodwill stuff is this. Josh gave me this, possibly to own. This probably is in my Tom Hanks movie collection. I'll have to see. If not, I will take the snap case. If you didn't know, these snap cases snap at the back, obviously snap at the front, and then it lifts off. You see the little grooves there. So this attaches. Oh, probably should put the tab down. And then it just, if you need a new one, you just kind of snap it back on, put the cover and snap. These kind of a pain because of the snap, but now that I know they are replaceable, it's not as bad. Used to didn't know you could replace them. So, what you do, some people would cut the artwork, and with this stiffer case material, obviously it's not going to form well in a case. So you have this rigid thing in a DVD case. Doesn't work well. This I did get at Goodwill. The Shop Around the Corner, Jimmy Stewart, has a little bit of something there. Hopefully that is not, no, I think it is. I hope not. Maybe it's chocolate. I just saw that. Now I gotta go wash my hands and wash this off immediately. But, if you did not know, this movie, Shop Around the Corner, had a remake, with Tom Hanks and Meg Ryan. Am I giving it away? You've Got Mail was a remake of the Shop Around the Corner, which wasn't this based on a book, or am I thinking of something else? Could be thinking of something else, but pretty sure it is. You've Got Mail is based on the Shop Around the Corner. Then these, I sent a picture to Josh because I wasn't sure if he had the definitive gold box edition or if he had the limited event series. He does. However, he had the slim down, no, he had this version, and I got the kind of slim down re-release case version, like the plastic case. I was looking for an example. But, so this is his. He switched out, not necessarily a downgrade, because that had a better case, but initially I sent Josh a picture about these, but then looked up the prices, and this one, this is Blu-ray with one DVD, with the cool packaging. I do like that packaging, that's pretty cool. But the disc inside are in the sleeve thing, and Josh just has them on DVD. He has like the plastic case, so now both cases of his will match. But this goes $40 to $50. This goes like $30 to $40. The definitive gold box edition. So for $3 each, decided to pick those up. And did I leave a movie out? I believe I did. What did I do with that? Time out for 1 second. I did forget a movie. Let me find it. We did find it. So we're selling these. We are selling Garden State. What else? Not sure about that. We'll watch it and see. All the rest I'm keeping. And then I'll need to know your input on this. This is Homeward Bound, not to be confused with the Disney classic Homeward Bound, which was kind of a reboot, remake of The Incredible Journey, which is also good, which is based on the book The Incredible Journey. Homeward Bound, kind of its own thing, but this was before Disney took that title. This is also Homeward Bound. This was released in 1980 with David Soul, you see there. And I couldn't find anything online about this. There were no sold comps. There were no current listings for DVD or VHS for this particular movie. There were a lot of the Disney Homeward Bounds on there, but there was nothing about this. You can rent this, I think on Amazon Prime for like $1.99, and you can watch it on Tubi. But there's no listings of any physical release for this movie, Homeward Bound 1980 with David Soul. I did confer with Google, seeing how rare it is, and apparently it's pretty rare. So, comment down below. I'm thinking, and this is crazy, but there's nothing out there starting this at like on auction on eBay for like 50 to 100 range, somewhere in there, and just see what happens. Because anybody that wants this, there's nothing out there. No listings on eBay, on Mercari, on Amazon, nothing. All you can do is rent it digitally or buy it digitally. But there's no VHS listings, there's no DVD listings, nothing. So I found that very odd, but the reason it's rare is because this is a TV movie. So there were not many physical media releases made. So is 50 to 100 too small of a price to start? Update. This will be a good segue. The Buzz Lightyear, the utility belt Toys R Us exclusive, I started that at $100 because if it's in good working condition with the shield, with the wings lighting up, with everything perfect, it goes for anywhere from 3 to 500, especially in the box. The box, you'll get 500 all day. But I started at 100 just to see where it would go. I didn't know if people would want it with the missing shield and the back, the screws were stripped out. The voice worked, the lights worked, the belt lit up and worked, the wings I was able to fix that right wing, and it it got into a bidding frenzy right at the end. It sold for over $200. I think 202 something in change. So over $200, which is incredible. I don't know. I don't think this have that kind of power, but somebody might want it. So anyway, hope y'all enjoyed the video. Like, subscribe, share with the movie lover. Comment about this and let me know your thoughts. I'll probably list on auction and just see what happens and keep collecting.